All right, today we are in Cocoa Beach to talk about beach safety. Let's go check it out. All right, what up? This is Kevin with SpaceCoast Underground coming at you live here in Cocoa Beach on location with the mayor of Cocoa Beach, Keith Capizzi.
What's up, guys?
All right, we're here to talk about beach safety. All right, recently we had some incidences where tragically my heart goes out to all the families and the friends of the people that there are some drownings. So we want to make sure that everybody is aware of beach safety and our responsibilities as locals and residents, and also the responsibilities of tourists and visitors coming to enjoy our beaches. But first, I have somebody that wants to say hi to you, a huge fan of you, and he's been doing some safety videos around Cocoa Beach, and let's give it up to him. Go ahead, Sheriff Pedro, take it away.
Yo, buenos dias. Oh, I'm such a huge fan. Man, you do so much great things for the community. Are you so awesome? Listen, I'm going to be making all kinds of safety videos, all right, so our friends can be safe on the beach.
Well, that's great because beach safety is very important in Cocoa Beach.
All right, can't wait to see those videos, Sheriff Pedro. See you later, buddy. All right, Keith, so on a more serious note, you know, there has been some incidences of some tragic drownings, and that my heart goes out to those families. But we love our residents and our locals, but even more, we love our tourists and visitors, and we want to make sure they're informed and safe. So on the subject of lifeguards, do we have lifeguards stationed at beaches here in Cocoa Beach?
Yeah, we've got probably at least 6 full-time lifeguards here in Cocoa Beach. Pretty much every county, public area, which, Lord Wilson Park, the pier, I think both sides of the pier, Coconuts, what am I missing?
Shepherd Park.
Shepherd Park.
So there are a few public beaches that have all of the facilities, all the tools you need to keep yourself safe, and also the lifeguards on duty. Listen, remember, in Brevard County, we have 72 miles of beach. So this isn't just a Cocoa Beach issue. This is a Brevard County, the SpaceCoast issue. That's a lot of beach to cover. So what is your response to those people that think maybe we should just have, a lifeguard at every 20 yards or something out of all that 72 miles of beach? What's your response to that?
I mean, I think it's a very noble idea and a very nice endeavor to have. Unfortunately, it's just not feasible. And without getting into too much, I mean...
Well, it would take a lot of training. You have to find the people. You have to train them, right? So there's a lot that goes into that probably.
Well, right now we've got a shortage of, I think, 45 lifeguards as it is in the county. But it costs in Cocoa Beach alone about $2 million a year to fund 6 lifeguard stations. So if you want to times that, times about, there's about 40 beaches in Cocoa Beach, stub end streets. We're looking at probably $15 million in lifeguards.
Wow.
We can't sustain that. We have a lot of different things at play here too. Cocoa Beach is a population of 11,000 people, and we're only 1.8% of the population of the county.
Yeah.
So to tax Cocoa Beach for that is just not feasible. We can't come up with that extra amount of income. So we have a lot of things at play. Tourism is heavily involved. Honestly, I don't think we've had any notable, that I can remember, residents in these drowning incidents. Unfortunately, our residents, they come on vacation, or our tourists, they come on vacation to have a good time, and bad things happen. And what I can say is, let's not let these bad instances be in vain. Understand that we need to take care of ourselves, and if you are not familiar with the water, don't go in the water past your knees, because after that rip current starts taking you away.
Excellent. And that brings us to the next topic, beach safety tips. All right, so I do want to give a quick shout out to the Brevard County Ocean Rescue. Let me tell you, these lifeguards are phenomenal. They're the best. They keep us safe. They're all over the SpaceCoast, not just in Cocoa Beach. There's public beaches where tourists can go and visitors can enjoy. Families that have kids, you want to have bathrooms and all those facilities with the lifeguards. So they're everywhere. Listen, being in a rip current's like trying to fight against a lazy river. Like when you go to a theme park and you see that flow and that current of water can be really powerful. So you have to be careful. So thank you for what you do, lifeguards. Yes, thank you for what you do. We love you and appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, beach pro tip number 1. If you are visiting Florida or you're new here and just aren't familiar with the area, listen, you can just Google online the wave conditions, the surf conditions, so you can be well informed. My favorite personally being Surf Guru. So go check it out. Here's another tip for you.
All right, when you go to the beach, watch the signs. There's all kinds of signs. We've got hours of operation. We've got poop scoop signs. You like those, right? We've got rip current signs, and actually this is one of the most important ones. If you're caught in a rip current, swim parallel with the beach. Do not try to swim in because you'll never fight that current. If you're in the rip current, try to stay no deeper than knee-deep water, because that's when the rip currents start. If you're not familiar with swimming near rip currents, stay out of the water altogether.
It pays to be informed. All right, so beach pro tip number 3. Listen, if you do decide to go to one of those off the beaten path beaches, all right, we get it. It gets crowded at those tourist beaches. Even though they have parking garages and all these great amenities for you to make it easy for you, you are totally allowed to go off the beaten path and enjoy some of the wilderness, all right, to get that old Florida feel. And so if you do go to one of those beaches, just like the main patrolled beaches, those beaches also have trash cans, the signs that he was just mentioning, and life preservers on the beach, on the sand. So if you notice, if you see something, say something. If you want to help somebody, what can you do?
So here's the thing. First things first, call 911. First thing. After that, grab the life ring, throw it to the person that's in need. Don't go out yourself. More than likely, if you're not a good swimmer, it's just not a good idea. They could take you down with them. Another thing too is you want to know your location. So at the stub end street, if you look up, they pretty much always tell you where they're at. For example, 8th Street, 4th Street, something like that.
Excellent. So there you go. Being informed can save a life. Let's go. All right, so for a quick recap, all right, when in doubt, go to a patrolled beach, one of those big beaches off the main roads where there's a lot of lifeguards and facilities and all that jazz. And if you're going off on the beaten path, make sure you are reading the signs.
All right, so remember, the recap is, if you're not familiar with the water or the ocean, don't go in the water past your knees. That's where the rip tide starts. If you're gonna use a life ring, call 911, first thing first. Then after that, you will throw that ring at that person. Don't go in yourself because you might not be able to save them yourself. So first things first, know where you're at, look for the address, call 911, throw the life ring.
And it might just save a life and yours. All right, let's go. And remember, this is Florida. Have fun, go out and surf, go have fun in the sun. All right, but make sure we are being safe. All right, take it easy, guys.
See ya.